it's time for another LS Swap Twin Turbo New Age video. I know it's been a while since I've touched this car, but I currently have it moved over instead of flipped around because I do have to weld on the cylinder head because I got a broken exhaust stud. I found out when I was putting this side on, and that is together. It is 100%. That's where it's gonna lay. Everything's tightened up, gaskets on, oil feed, oil drain. And then I was going to put this side on, and then sure enough, very back has a broken stud. And I wish I saw that. I didn't know that. Maybe the machine shop should have noticed that and did something with it, but I guess not. But it's not gonna stop us from getting this thing ready to go. I'm so excited to actually start finishing this thing once and for all. Her car is still not working right. I need to figure that out, but don't worry, it'll be coming soon. Maybe it just needs tuned, okay? Maybe that's the problem. Currently, this car is ready to go, and the Shelby is outside. I wonder if anybody noticed. They didn't see it inside. The Shelby is done. We'll do a little ride along here later on in this video, but for now, let's get to working on this car and stop talking. Let's get some things done. What I currently have going on is a broken exhaust set on the back. Okay, I need to get that out some way or another. But while I was doing that, I was making the brake line pretty much follow the whole thing. So now, bam, look at that. There's no brake line. It's all clean and nice and neat looking, even though I still gotta take this, it's a hydraulic booster, and I put a vacuum booster on there instead of the hydro boosters. Nobody wants hydro boost. But then I gotta run the wires somewhere along the old frame here. But let's go ahead and get a parts list going of everything I do need. I do have the intercoolers piping out. I do have the intercooler. I don't know if I'm gonna run this one or this one right here. The difference is the one is a top one, goes from here to there, and then the other one is a side mount that I can come back up and down. So I don't know which one I'm gonna be actually running with, but let's go ahead and take everything out of the old New Edge and get to making sure I have everything here that I need. Why didn't I just do this when it was already outside the car? Like, this is honestly one of the worst spots, all the way in the very back. Like, this is not what I want to be doing on a Tuesday night. This is stupid. Hey, why didn't you check it before you put the engine in? Oh, I don't know, I was just too excited. Oh, she's out. Okay, I'll let it cool off just a little bit before I honestly start trying to turn it back and forth. Hopefully, first try. Leave it down below if you think I got it out first try. I got a total of, well, I had a total of 3. Okay, that was a little bit of a pain in the back, but I finally got it. Now let's go ahead and get this turbo manifold put on, the turbo put on, get it clocked, get it ready, then we can start routing our oil drains, because I do have the oil drains lines. They are -10 fittings, so they are pretty big. So we can start routing those bad boys here, and then we can pretty much figure out where we want to run our oil feed lines. So everything is mounted turbo-wise besides the feed and the oil drain. But right now, what I'm trying to figure out is the actual radiator. So I'm gonna use the actual the Camaro radiator out of the Fox body to actually make this work, because apparently even the stock one doesn't act. What on earth are you trying to do? Oh my life. But as of right now, it is currently level, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do here. I think what I can do here is just honestly cut it, slant it down, and just make it go that way instead of right inside the turbo. And then this guy right here, if we let it all the way touching, I think I can get a right angle hose and then straight down, or maybe even put an AN fitting on there instead and see if I can work it that way. Because this turbo is currently in the way. I have tried to move it, clock it, it's still in the way. Trust me, I've tried, but this is actually a lot better of a fitment than everything else that I've been trying. What I need to do is take this apart and see if I like the look of the 2 and then the 1 on the side, or just try the middle one and the 2 on the sides. Alright, so we're trying to figure out how to mount this thing and make sure that the radiator is actually perfectly level. This piece of metal with a bolt with a hole drilled through it. So what I want to do, slide it in there, slide it to where the fan actually would go. Since I'm going with electric fans, slide it in there, bend that to where it's touching that bar, and then weld it, and then that way it'll hold at least the top up. So as of right now, she's still level. I got 1 welded in. I'm going for the welder. I'm going to weld it again right here where this hole is lined up perfectly, and that way now it should be sitting flush, and that way I need to grab that. But now it'll be at least even, and we can start mopping up the intercooler. And And just like that, radiator is mounted. This little guy is currently out of the way enough to where I'm not concerned, especially when I put a turbo guard on the actual turbo there, so everything should be a-okay. I just gotta figure out the straight 90-degree radiator hose for that big guy. But everything else is coming along, so now let's see how I'm gonna be mounting the intercooler that's sitting over there into this tight little area. I think it's big enough. Next day here, I got the water pump pretty much installed. I actually had to do a half-inch spacer that ICT does make to push it out because of the timing cover actually hitting the water pump. Still having the same issue with the heater core lines and how I'm gonna actually run those. I do have a tap and die coming for the actual outlets here, and hopefully that will work. It's honestly gonna be a very tight fit, so I don't know how well everything is gonna work, but hopefully, cross your fingers, I can make it work. But right now, I got the intercooler kind of mocked up where I want to come out here. Where's my finger? Right here. And I'm hoping that just kind of loops around, but let's go ahead and look at the other one and see if I like that style a little bit better. All right, the new intercooler is in. So the only problem is I'd have to cut this open a little bit more and then space it out right about there where it's off the radiator. And obviously it come here, and it has to be at least 2.5 or 3 inches up to here. And then obviously blow off valve, and then wastegate over here as well. So I'm trying to see, I'm gonna pretty much put this hood down and then see if I have enough clearance here to actually make this happen. We got the hood closed. Now let's go ahead. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. That's a good sight. That is a plenty of good sight. I'm using the Milwaukee battery as a little spacer to pretty much gauge the situation here, but apparently this hood will make that work like a charm. So that's pretty nice. So I guess we found our intercooler. And just like that, we expose this whole front area. Man, that makes everything look so easy to actually work on. It makes me a little bit excited. Plus, we can clean up these, make those look a little bit prettier. Let's go ahead and get this intercooler mounted up. And then what I want to do next is take you guys on a little test drive on the old Shelby Gt500. Several agonizing days later, we finally got the intercooler mounted. It's only held in by one for now. I want to do something different, but for now, I can't find drill bits or anything that'll actually go through the metal that I have. So obviously what do you do? Just find a different way. We do have an intercooler pipe coming down and around. The only problem is now I just got to figure out the angle from this guy to this guy and just cut it and weld it. That way everything else goes. And maybe, look at that. It barely fits, but if we close the hood shuts with no problem, and it goes down some more. It's sitting below the fender lining. So now, obviously we gotta weld the blow-off valve and the blow-off valve here, and then the intake is technically done for, and then we can finally start wrapping up some more stuff. But as of right now, that is, I think that's gonna be the whole gist of it. Get a nice good overview. I mean, that looks pretty spicy, if I do say so myself. That looks pretty spicy. And I just wish, I wish this one pipe would just work, but it sadly does not. But it's okay. Work in progress, that's all we need. It's not like I don't have a lot of extra to play with, but as of right now, I am pretty much at a stopping point. For this guy, I'd have to break out the welder and start welding. And obviously, that's no fun to watch. So let's go ahead. Zach has been talking mad smack lately. He's telling me that he's faster than me in the Shelby Gt500 that you guys just now know. We just finished. So let's go ahead and get the GoPro on, get the X3 loaded. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Also, let me know down below, who do you guys think is gonna be winning here?
Yeah, well, no one's answering. Zach's not answering. But I need to take this 60-day tag off. Everybody knows when you see a 60-day tag, it just means you just bought it. I hate that. But I got the copy #1 for the tag. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy off and get this thing looking prime. And what do you guys think about deleting this guy and just making it flat with that Shelby logo? I kind of want to see these things, have maybe like a, see ya. I'm not littering, I'm picking that up, don't worry. Kind of like an LED look, so like when the lights are on, these actually illuminate, which I think would be really cool. Still need to figure out why I actually don't have brake or running lights at the end when you turn the headlights actually on. tight. I do have a new one of these. I feel like I need to get a new one of these. And this guy, ooh, it's rough. Got the old Shelby key. If you guys can't see, I got this when I was in Vegas getting all these cool stuff from Shelby themselves. Oh yeah. Gotta love that comp cam. It's on a 5.4 liter. I think it's got a RXT 1200 clutch. And I honestly don't know the condition of it. I should have taken it apart when I was there, when I should have fixed the oil pan, because I didn't know that had a crack in it. So there's two fluids that currently leak on this thing. One is oil, and the second one is coolant. But they're super small leaks where it doesn't bother me too much to fix it right at this moment, but I definitely need to get it fixed. Just a little whine, just a little. Oh yeah, I love that. I don't know how many times I've broken down in this very intersection with the foxbody, but this area is never a pleasant area for me. Alrighty, give it the little 1, 2, little roll action. Oh man, it's just so, it's so linear. You can just get on it and it just goes. It's so, woo! And another thing, I feel like the place I'm at right now is starting to get a little cramped with all the projects and things I want to do. So here, hopefully in the near future, I'm going to be trying to find some more land. The problem is all the land that's for sale is currently way out and about and like 30 minutes away from show off and like 30 minutes away from everything that's close. I mean, where I'm at now, it's only a 10-minute drive down this road. So it's pretty nice. All right, let's do a little pull here. Whoa. God dang. And I granny shifted. Oh, this car is so much fun.
I love the sound.
It's so scary. It's a little scary, not gonna lie. All right, here we go. I wish this thing would do corners. It definitely does not. I don't have front sway bars on this car, but I feel like this car would be so much fun as a road car. And that might be what we do with it. I don't know yet. There's no current tracks here, so I can't take it to a track. Oh, straight away. I love watching the boost gauge. I like that choppity. That's fun. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the little whiny whine, or do you guys want to hear the old turbo whistle? Okay, I'm down for whatever, you know, whichever car you think is gonna be better. You know, we got the twin turbo LS swap new edge, which is gonna be amazing, or we got the almost 800 horsepower Shelby Gt500. It's always confusing on this car for the reverse, because the S550 is a push down and over, and I think this is a TR660, which is an over and up, so it's a little confusing.
So this is
Yeah, it's like, it's different, yeah. Oh yeah, listen to that guy. Oh yeah. Wow. This thing's badass, and it's super dirty. We need to detail this thing pretty bad. Got to shut her down. Put her up for the night. Just like the foxbody, I got a quick disconnect airbag for you. Whoop! See that? Bam. I didn't know also this thing has line lock right here and the dumps right here, so I can actually open the exhaust more, or if I'm launching it, press and hold that instead of the brake and I can launch it. I think the best part is obviously seeing the Shelby guy. That thing is so freaking cool. There's gonna be a ton of videos coming out, especially on the old Shelby Gt500. First things first, I need to race Zach. I think he's just scared. I think he's scared. Come on, look at it. It's leaking oil over there, but this one's leaking oil too. So, but look at these. If you guys can see this, these rotors are cracking so heavily. I'll probably stop until I get new pads and rotors on the rear. I know, they're really bad. I feel like they're gonna explode on me. That's gonna be it for today's video. I got the front bumper back on old Venom over there. I just need to detail it. I don't know what to do with it. Keep it, sell it, twin turbo, I don't know. But as of right now, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.